Let's start with the first name because of the prospect ranking in this case.
Sure.
Enrique Bradfield Jr. And I know he got a little bit banged up down there, but it's a guy that obviously the Orioles thought highly of. They invested a first-round pick. Give us a little bit so far of the report, scouting report, the insider on what you've seen so far this year from Bradfield Jr.
Yeah, well, the first thing I want to mention when I talk about Enrique is he's an awesome guy. I mean, just very down-to-earth, humble, clearly comes from a great family. He's got his priorities straight. He's got great perspective on what he's doing out there. He's very appreciative of the people who have gotten him where he is right now. And for as good as he is, he's extremely humble. And I think that's a big theme with Orioles minor leaguers is I think these guys know how talented they are, but, they carry themselves extremely well. And for Enrique, everybody knows it's pretty elite speed on the bases. It's elite defense in center field. And there are a lot of people that think he's big league ready in those two areas right now, or at least really close to it, which is probably true. I mean, the dude is electric on the bases and he just glides to balls in center. I mean, he gets to balls and runs through them, balls that either other center fielders just wouldn't get to at all. And it's down in the gap for extra bases, or they've got to sell out completely full extension, try to make a diving grab, but he just runs through it and it looks like a routine play. So, I mean, that's there, and everything everybody says about his defense and base running is true, and I've seen it, and he continues to get better. But I think people sleep on the bat. I've seen him make a lot of hard contact this year, especially over the last month or so. He's been working on some things in the cage, and one of the things he's doing, and he talked to me about this recently, he's not completely finishing his swing in the cage. He's almost taken, think of, Chase Utley when he was playing, kind of that swing where he kind of almost held up, didn't completely go around, a very quick, short swing. Enrique is doing something like that in the cage to try to keep his body in sync, knock it out of whack when he's swinging. And that is a technique that's really worked for him to hit the ball harder and have his bat in the right position to make hard contact and, not be falling or leaning or things like that. But I'm just seeing with the eyes, him hitting the ball harder. And he can spray it all over the yard, which is great because a guy like him needs to be able to put the ball in the gap and hit it down the line because he can run forever, especially in a big ballpark like Aberdeen. So his skill set is going to play, at every level that he plays at. But the biggest thing I tell people, don't sleep on that bat.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and that's the thing is we don't become box score watchers here. The stats don't always tell the story. It's the eye test. And also, again, going on the IL with the concussion earlier, you get a little bit out of rhythm. That's not an ideal situation. And in the minors, it's about figuring yourself out.